The job market today is still very difficult, and in fact, it's getting even worse. The situation especially affects young people who have just graduated from college. Before we dive deeper into this topic, and if you find these discussions valuable, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps support the work I do right now. And now, let's get started.
Y'all, I graduated with my accounting degree 9 months ago, and I still don't have a job. Great. So there's this lady at my church that knew I was graduating 9 months ago, and she prayed that God would bless me with a job. And so every Sunday, ever since then, she has been asking me, every time she sees me, do you have a job? Do you have a job? I pray for you every day. Do you have a job yet? And so it has gotten to the point where I intentionally avoid this lady so she does not ask me if I have a job. And so around April or May, I started to tell her that I have a job, speaking it by faith. And I hope that she stopped asking me that, but that didn't work, because today, 9 months later, she's like, do you have a job? I'm like, yes. She's like, how's it going? I told her, good. She asked me, how does my schedule look? Do I like my schedule? I said, yes. Lord, somebody please hire me, please.
I've officially been unemployed for a year and 4 months now, and I did not think it was going to be this difficult to get a job post-grad. And I feel like every single day my chances of getting a job seem to get lower and lower because I feel like I graduated so long ago, and even internships where I'm supposed to be gaining my experience require you to either still be in school or recently graduated, but over a year ago is definitely not recently. And even entry-level positions require you to have 3+ years of experience, so I don't really know what to do.
Hi, I'm going to go on a little rant, or maybe just word vomit, because I know that a lot of people are going through something similar, and this is just simply what I feel all day, every day, and it eats me alive. And things are rough right now. But I graduated about 3 months ago now, marketing degree, was involved in a lot of things on campus, have a great resume, great experience in a wide range of things that is relevant to what I want to do. I'm smart, I'm motivated. I'm in Los Angeles, Southern California, where there should be, hypothetically, a lot of opportunity for what I want to do, what I want to get into. I want to get into music eventually, but obviously that's not crazy realistic. I'm not just gonna hop right into the music industry with no experience, no connections coming down here, and I've accepted that. But I would think that I would be able to get something, anything, and that's not the case. I've literally been applying to jobs overall for about a year now. I started at the beginning of my senior year of college. I was in school, I was kind of just perusing and applying to little things here and there. Wasn't really actively looking to receive an offer or anything by any means. End of the year, school year started, and I'm like, well, I don't have anything lined up, I don't have any plans. So here I am all day, every day, applying to jobs, looking for something. It's insane that I can create a carefully curated resume for every single job that I apply to, reach out to the hiring manager or anyone in talent acquisition, recruiting, anything like that. I stalk them. I find their emails on some third-party site just so that I can directly contact them to let them know hey, this is me. I'm this candidate that could be very qualified for this role. I do this for every single job, and I still either get ghosted, rejected, or if I'm lucky, I'll get moved to the first step of the interview process, which is usually just a recruiter screening phone call, and it eats me alive. I have never felt so defeated, so low in my self-worth.
I just had an interview for a hostess position, right, at a restaurant, and he was looking over my resume, and verbatim, he was saying, I'm just so surprised because your resume is really over-spec'd. I'm just so surprised that you want to be working here. And it's yeah, I do have a bachelor's degree in finance. Yeah, I have interned at Disney and the New Jersey Department of Treasury, but no, I want to be a hostess. Thank you, job market.
Many postgrad people also feel like they're suffocating,
even if you're 1 year or like a couple months post grad, I'm 1 year. I worked for like 8 months at a job that like slightly related, but like was completely underpaying me and overworking me, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. So like I was like, okay, I have to quit, because like my mental state was like done. Like this is like 3-ish months ago. And I pulled the plug, right? And I have my boyfriend to support me, but like I feel every single time like I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, like I don't have a job. I have no idea what I want to do with my life. It just feels so like, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like I'm floating, and like I don't have a purpose in life, right? And it sucks because like as a designer, I feel like, I don't know, at least like we're in the city I'm in, it's just like all gatekeeping, and nobody is willing to let like new or like fresh eyes or like fresh like younger people come into like studio spaces. It's like only hiring senior positions like everywhere. Like when I tell you everywhere, I mean everywhere. Or like they require people that have like 5+ years of experience, even though we just graduated. So like I'm like stuck in a loop of like, okay, I can do some freelance work on the side, but it's not like taking me far enough to like consider it as experience, I guess. So yeah, that's the boat that I'm in right now. I just feel like and people are like, oh, network. I'm trying to do that. Minimum success. Applying to jobs every day. My mom is like, why haven't you gotten a job yet? And then like I get it, you're like, oh, get a part-time job somewhere. But not even part-time jobs are like accepting people. Or like, you know what I mean? And there's only internships that are like for free, like unpaid internships. And like I would, that's something you do like when you're like in college, like in the summer. But when you're like needing the money, like I can't like, risk like 3-4 months and then potentially not even get a full-time position after that.
Do I take my bachelor's degree off my resume? I don't know why it is so hard to get a job. Like, I have a bachelor's degree, and I swear I'm like applying to retail jobs, and they're not even responding to me, which as an actor, I see that all the time in the theater field, and it's expected. I don't know if it's right, but it's expected. But I did not expect it for these entry-level jobs. Like, I am a good worker, and I don't understand what the issue is. And I've heard that, like, maybe you should, like, leave your bachelor's degree off because they think you're just using it as a placeholder, which, like, okay, fair, I guess. But, like, even if I was, like, the time I'm being there, you're going to get good work. And there are plenty of people I know who don't have degrees who have, like, quit on, like, the first day. So I don't know what the issue is. Like, that is such a weird thing to me. Like, it's... I don't know. I don't understand.
In the past, a college degree was almost like a guaranteed ticket to a stable job, but now things have changed. Many young graduates walk out with a diploma in their hands only just to end up unemployed. According to the latest data, young people aged 22 to 27, whether they hold a degree or not, have nearly the same unemployment rate. And if we compare this to the year 2010, the chance becomes even clearer. Back then, unemployment for men without college degrees was over 15%. For men with a degree, it was only about 7%. This means that in the past, having a degree truly gave you an advantage. But today, that advantage is almost gone.
So I graduated college about 3 months ago, and I've applied to well over 100 jobs, and I've gotten maybe 2 interviews, 3 interviews, 10 rejection emails, and 2 emails being like, hey, we like you, and then they just haven't said anything else. And then the other jobs have just like not said anything. I don't know what to do, because I feel like every time there's a job uploaded on LinkedIn, if it's been up for an hour, there's already 30 applicants. Like, in these jobs, some of these beginner level jobs are wanting like 3 to 5 years of experience. I just graduated college. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get a job.
So how do people get jobs? Like, how does one get a job? Like a full-time job? Like, do you just apply online? Because I've been doing that. Do you just like reach out to people on LinkedIn? Because I've also been doing that. Do you set up informational interviews? Because I would rather shoot myself than do that. Like, how do people find jobs? So any tips are appreciated. My dad is like, just tell people, like, just build connections. And I'm like, Dad, how do you do that? Like, he's like, talk to people that you know. I'm like, everybody else I know are post-grads also unemployed. So don't really know what to do there. But any advice would be greatly appreciated. And if anybody's hiring, let me know.
I need to go on a rant because I'm like freaking the fuck out right now, okay? And if I start crying, shut the fuck up. I just don't understand how we're supposed to do, as I'm 23, I'm going to be 24, how people who just graduated or recently graduated college are supposed to find a job. Like, I went to a good university. It was public, but I did well. I did good. I struggled for 4 years, like, just trying to stay motivated and interested in what I'm doing. I couldn't make friends. I lived alone. It was a struggle to graduate and not drop out. I was dealing with, like, passive suicide ideation. Like, I was at peak loneliness, and I struggled, and I got through college, and that's sick. I did it. I majored in psychology, minored in sociology. I did it. I have my bachelor's of arts. And then I worked for a full year afterwards. I took a year off and worked my summer-winter job, which is completely unrelated to psychology. It's just a job I had, right? Whatever. 2 weeks ago, I quit because it fucking sucks there, and I hate it. I hated it, right? But I was still on good terms with my boss, and he said he'd give me a reference, so that's awesome, right? But I've applied to, it's been like a month and a half. I've applied to at least 20 jobs by now, all psychology related. It's like assistant behavior technicians, like community support, HR, like generalist assistant type things. Because I don't have any certifications, and I don't have any job experience because I didn't do any internships. I was just struggling to get by in college. I had my undiagnosed thing was running rampant. I couldn't do anything except study and work and try not to kill myself, right? And I still haven't gotten a job. Like, I know people have applied to more places and applied longer. Like, it's been longer swaths of time. But, like, I went to college for 4 years. Nothing, right? It's either I submit it and they don't even view my application. I go through Indeed now as ZipRecruiter, but they don't even view my application. And if they view it, they don't respond to me. I've had maybe 4 interviews, and I've gone to a second interview. I didn't get any of the jobs. I forgot he was behind me. Don't look at him. Like, I was probably denied these jobs because of someone with more experience, even though most of these positions are entry-level jobs.
So I just realized something. The job market is shitty, and I'm going to explain why. I'll say 3 or 4 years ago, you put in a job application, at least five job applications, 3 of those will call you back, do an interview, and 2 of those will offer you a position. Now, in the year of 2025, I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm trying to look for a position that offers more responsibilities, higher pay, right? So within the last 2 to 3 months, I have put in at least 60 job applications. And out of those 60 job applications, I have received 2 callbacks. And out of those 2 callbacks, I have had 2 phone screenings and nothing else. What are the accolades that I have under my belt for?
This shows how uncertain the path has become for young graduates entering the workforce. One important point is that the members I just mentioned mainly reflect young men, while online most of the stories we hear are shared by women. In reality, men often don't talk about their struggles, but let's look at the figures. Women fresh out of college face an unemployment rate of about 4%. For men, it's 7%. So if women are not already having a tough time, you can imagine how much harder it is for men. And the question is, if right now the chances of finding a job are almost the same, whether you have a degree or not, why do so many people still spend tens of thousands of dollars and 4 years of their youth only to end up in the same positions as someone without a degree? The truth is, colleges today operate more and more like businesses. They continue to produce far more graduates than the job market can actually absorb. When supply exceeds demand, the value of degree naturally declines. And on top of that, some universities even let students decide their own majors. And this has led to decrease in vague, that's how vague, with little connection to the real jobs. And now, I'm not saying that people shouldn't go to college, but I want to emphasize that this is no longer the past. Because when we're going to the college, almost guarantee stable employment and a secure life. Today, college should be seen as just one of many possible paths, not the only path. And that is my perspective. What about you? You can feel free to share your thoughts so that we can discuss better. And that's it for our videos today. And see you in the next one. Goodbye. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.